So, I'm reading John this morning, chapter 14, verse 27, where Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I'm giving to you. And I do not give as the world gives. So don't let your hearts be troubled and don't be afraid." And I'm reading that, and on the surface, man, it's a great verse because it just tells us not to have fear, not to have anxiety. But digging a little bit deeper, man, it's amazing when you consider the fact that Jesus says, "I do not give as the world gives." Because how many times have we thought that God has taken from us, or He has not answered a prayer, or He's neglected us? And the reason that He's done it is because He just hasn't cared, or He's been mad, or He's been seeking vengeance, or perhaps He loves somebody else more than He loves us. And we feel like, "Lord, if only you loved me the way you love them, you would have done this, or you would not have allowed this." And then we spend so much time trying to figure out why God did what He did. But the problem is that we're basing it off of what we're used to. People. And people give and people take the way the world gives and the world takes. And it's always driven by self-motive. But God says, "I don't give as the world gives." So I'm reading it this morning, man, and I'm like, if He doesn't give the way the world gives, then He can't take the way the world takes. So I can't ask the question, "God, why did you allow this to happen?" Because I don't have anything to base it on, because everything I've got is from the world. But I know this. I know that God hasn't done anything because He's neglected me. I know He hasn't done anything because He loved somebody else more than He loved me. But what I do know is that Jesus says, "I do not give the way that the world gives." So don't let your hearts be troubled, and don't be afraid. And that's amazing. The other part of it is that Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you." And then He says this, "My peace I give to you." Not only has He left us with peace, man, but He has given us His peace. That means that if we're born-again believers, children of God, we've got access to the Godhead peace. So there's nothing that can steal our peace, or nothing that should cause us to live without peace, because God says that He gives us His peace. And the moment we realize what we have access to, oh man, we should be walking in God peace, not worldly frustration. Know what you've been given. Claim it, grab it, and live with it. God says He gives us His peace. That's amazing.